Good day everybody, it's me Jay or Gimpy Dwarf here again on Space Engineers. So last time we converted over the world to a new world save as everything was broken, and as you noticed from the last video, everything was slightly out of place and needed to be attached correctly to the asteroid. That is all. So if I go into the new world now, you'll probably notice a lot has changed because I've put about 8 hours all in all on this, and all of this, everything has changed ever so slightly ever. So when we get into this world, I will have to show you what exactly I've done. So we start off here. What is this, I hear you ask? This is a place in which I can drop things. This is where the collector is, so I can fly over the top of this and drop stuff on top. These will probably end up being changed to heavy armor because of thrusters damaging the actual sides of it. And I've made the floor white as well, as you can tell. There's lots more missing of this, but I will show you that in a second why there's things missing. I still have a port over here that is empty. But if I open up this, as you can see, we have a lot more stuff. We seem to have compiled a lot more stuff. How have I done that? Well, I'll just set that to go again. But basically, I custom fitted a grinder onto the front of this ship here. It's a bit of a big ship to have just one grinder on. I may change it to have 3 on. But we converted this over to a grinding ship now. Trouble is, these thrusters actually need moving backwards slightly because they do damage to the ship, so those will have to be moved onto the sides and maybe make some sort of winglets on the sides for it. But in here I have the drill is on the opposite side of this conveyor. This conveyor brings through these pipes overhead. Of course they're red at the moment because there's no power on, and then this drops into this dispensary dropper thing that drops at the bottom. I moved the gyroscope to the back. Of course, the nuclear reactor stayed where it needs to be, and I've moved this inwards, and of course I've took out the gravity generator because I believed it wasn't necessary for this. It just wasn't needed because you're either in the ship or out the ship. But I now have a staircase that I can walk down. So if I walk down these lovely white staircases, you are greeted with this lovely area under here that currently has no walls. I moved the reactor down here as well, which I'll just check how much fuel we actually have. We have 26 now, because every time a ship has came into view, I've just basically gone and stolen everything that it has in its chest and just left it. Until I get that through that ship and use all the parts, I won't need more parts, so I'm just going to leave that as it is at the moment and just use the rest of what's on there. So this I want to look at hooking up to this extra port. I've actually got 2 extra ports. Yeah, so I've got 2 extra ports I can link into. So I may link this one, bring it all the way over here, link it down so I can just refuel this anytime from the one place, which might be good. But of course I've got my refinery down here and everything now. It's quite a good setup because you can just flick forwards and backwards, but you can use everything from the one area. All of the solar panels have been complete, and of course my med bay, gravity generator and cockpit are now downstairs. So what am I going to look at doing today? That is probably what you're wondering the most. Well, first I'm just going to get the rest of these tubes converted back to regular iron, and then I'm going to assemble 200, 300, 400, 500 plates. Why? Because I want a runway. I'll get the walls done in my own time, but right now I want a runway. Why? Because I want to convert the Gremlin to something which can park using the wheels that were introduced last time. So what I want to do is basically add a wheel onto the back, 2 wheels onto the winglets, and then try and make it so I can attach a artificial mass block onto it so I can land. That'll look really good when it's all welded up, of course. And then of course you'll want like some sort of arc tray, but I think I'll add that in later. So now, ship design, that's the next port of call. There we go, so now it acts like a car. It trundles along. Are we still being pulled in by that gravity? It appears we are. Yeah, you know what? Let's break away from. Let's break. Oh my god. Yeah. I think we might have to just leave the ship like this. What? Okay, we are never using these again. I will fix the ship, put some landing gears on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I haven't got the landing gears on yet, but this is what I've managed to repair of the Gremlin. I managed to add a back flick onto it and stuff. Landing gears going on the back this time, purely because it's probably a bit more safer there, rather than being at the front. And again, it allows me to latch on easier onto the back end rather than the front end and stuff. So yeah, you can still get into the back access hatch for the chest. You have to like look a bit oddly inside it, but you can get in there and get what you need out and stuff. I may turn this into a maintenance vehicle where I'll put a gun inside it, the chest and everything, bit with a few ammo, and you know, make it so it's a boarding ship. The ship seems fine. Damn. It's actually alright. So I was saying which can like sort of come in or land it outside. But when you want it in, you can just bring it in, you know, and drop it down. Again, maybe heavy armor will have to be introduced outside. So, that's a thing. Now, I think because I've spent a bit too long on this section here, I think I'll actually move on to showing you the big ship and how it works. But now we've got that done, we could probably take this bad boy out for a spin. Oh, careful. So as you can hear, that is the grinder on the front. And this thing is a slug of a machine. So if I come up to the back end of this, and for these purposes I'll only just click on it and show you. But if I come over here and press up against this very lightly, literally just tapping it, as you see, it's starting to grind. Now this will grind in large area sections. Oh, there we go. So it's taking a big area up at once. They are slow, but for larger components I like to think they're quicker. Like to think anyway. Come on. Now as you can see there, actually, that's a good example. The white and black sections of the ship, they're quite deformed. That was down to the thrusters being on the front before. Now this kind of looks like a mole. Oh, one more stage and then we'll be done. But that has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks, but I think if I had like 2 more grinders on the front, then maybe they'd probably do a lot more. There we go. So that took off all those plates. Those plates are in the grinder currently. Okay, so can just walk on now. Alright, let's go get the gremlin from out of the cargo bay. Let's go an exploration. I have quite a high volume actually. This doesn't have a spit out feature as well. That's another thing that I need to really enforced to you guys. It doesn't have the whole feature where you can spit out blocks, so I've just got to drag things in manually. But I don't mind doing that because it's not exactly the end of the world. Alright then, Gremlin, let's go. Okay, so we are coming into view of this military escort now. Energy at will deplete quicker in these ships now that the turrets work. As you can see, the two lasers there. I'm just going to basically spin her around, see which is best to latch onto. Now I normally latch onto the. I'd sometimes latch on. Jesus Christ. Okay, so now I sometimes try and latch onto the roof. And what I do, I'll show you what I do with these. So the Gremlin actually, let's turn those off. The Gremlin actually allows me to do something pretty cool, and the way that I can dock onto these ships and sort of, you know, get around them. So basically what I do, especially military escorts tend to be the standard ones that I come across. So what I tend to do is I tend to land on them on the back end, line her up, drop her down, and just basically shut off the engines. Then I come in. I tend to go SAS with these and just drop through the roof. If I do this, just literally break through the roof and turn my jetpack on and drop. There we go, and you're in. So which side is the trap on? So what we got in here, we got some uranium, which I'm going to take. I got some guns, which I'm going to have to take as well. Can't take that because it's in the wrong chest. Take this welding torch, take those, take those. I will take all of these because they're useful. And then this is what I tend to do with the ship afterwards. I jump through the front, start flying up to speed, get up to about 20. So I'll turn the inertia dampeners off and literally bang on 20. That's what I tend to do. Turn the jetpack off, inertia dampeners on. Actually, inertia dampeners off because I need to be at these going at the same speed as this. Then what I tend to do is get this uranium, dump it, everything turns off, ship goes crazy. I fly at the top. Normally I don't actually need to empty my inventory. So what I tend to do is then jump inside the Gremlin, turn her on, literally hold P, inertia dampeners on, and there it goes. That just flies off. We already jumped out. What I'll do is I'll get the majority of this front part done, probably put some glass in, probably encase the reactor in metal, probably try and get some of the sides done as well. There will be white as well, just to add a bit of contrast. A few lights around here as well, get the landing strip done, and when you guys come back it should be a whole new place. So if you guys have enjoyed, please like, favorite and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!